I'm Jonathan Ballantine, currently a Managing Director of Ballantine Building Solutions, who are the UK and Ireland exclusive distributor for IntegraSpec ICF building systems. So today we're sitting in this beautiful IntegraSpec ICF house. The external temperature is 3 degrees outside, and inside we're 21 easily, and you'll notice that our fire is not lit because there's absolutely no need for it.
There's a lot of things to consider when it comes to building a house. One of the main things is what are you going to build it out of. So you obviously have traditional building methods, timber frame and ICF, IntegraSpec. So we really considered all those things, but we wanted a house that was built to last, that was comfortable, that was efficient, sustainable, easy to run. All these things were fulfilled by IntegraSpec. So one of the things about IntegraSpec that really appealed to me during the design phase of the house was just the flexibility, the design flexibility that you could have with IntegraSpec. Really nothing is beyond the scope of building with this method. If you want to do cantilevered floors, if you want to do cornerless windows, all these things are possible. Curved walls, so there's a lot of design flexibility, which just meant that your imagination was able to think of what was possible when it came to designing and building your house. Another thing was just the method itself. To me, as a mechanical engineer, just seemed like a very logical way to build a house, and it removed a lot of the human error components that can happen in other building methods. It wasn't reliant on somebody ensuring that all the membranes were put on correctly, that everything was sealed up properly. Whenever you pour an IntegraSpec wall, it is a monolithic structure. It's intact, it's strong, and it has a consistent thermal properties across the whole structure of your house. So just the fact that you can't really build a house badly with IntegraSpec was a big appeal to me. So yeah, like the self-building's fun. It seldom comes where everything just goes smoothly, but our experience building with IntegraSpec was very smooth. One thing that's great about building your own house is getting to see everything come together, and with IntegraSpec, to see the walls, the kind of structure of your house go up so quickly, it's really encouraging, I think, and exciting whenever you're in that phase of building, and really easy to put together. I put my hand to it, and younger members of my family did. I had some cousins who were helping me out who were 12 years old at the time, and they were able to build with IntegraSpec, so it really is child's play. And at the end of it you have a really substantial, strong structure that you can't wait to make your home. So yeah, our house was probably in total about a year and a half to build, and we weren't pushing ahead as fast as we could have because we didn't have that immediate pressure. We were just thankfully able to live next door in my wife's granny's house. So it was great being close to site and being able to see things progress and be involved in all the elements of the build. Yeah, in terms of the running costs of the house, it's obviously a big consideration when you're building a house. For us, it was always a priority to invest in the fabric of the house, the things that you're not going to change, the walls, the windows, the roofing, the things that actually make up the thermal envelope of the house. And we've seen, very minimal running costs in the house. Prior to this build, we lived in a 2-bed semi-detached house, about 1,300 square feet. And our running costs were probably 75% of what we are now in a 2,500 square feet 4-bed property with much more space and much more comfort as well. The temperature stability in the house, just the everyday livability of living in a house where you're not waking up to a house that's lost all its heat. You're not, living in this reactionary zone. The temperature's steady state, it's constant, and that's very comfortable. It's very relaxing to be in. You want to come in to the heat. You always know it's going to be warm, whether you're heating the house or not. It just holds the heat. In terms of actual running costs, we have solar PV panels installed, and if you take in the rebate, if you like, from the rocks that you're earning, that it's costing about £1 per day to run this house on average throughout the year, and just over a little over £2 per day if you don't take that into consideration. So that's pretty impressive, I think, and it definitely helps in the finances of the house. So yeah, I would strongly recommend IntegraSpec if you're considering building a home for yourself and your family, and you want it to be the best home that you can build. Then certainly I would highly recommend IntegraSpec. Everyone that I know who's built their house with this has no regrets, myself included.
If you're interested in learning more about IntegraSpec ICF construction for your home, if you want to live in a comfortable, low energy home, please get in touch with our sales team.